The latest news, national issues, the political scene, and conversations with prominent personalities. All these firsthand at the forefront. Good morning. I am Attorney Karen Jimeno. After serving one term as councilors, Rovielyn Cabigquez, more popularly known as Mariposa in Wowowin, and Manny Alarilla, son of former Meycauayan Bulacan mayors, are running for mayor and vice mayor of Meycauayan City in next year's elections. They both believe that they are ready to take their kind of public service to the next level. Will these Bulakenyos become the local government leaders of Meycauayan City? Joining us this morning live at the BNC studio is Meycauayan City Councilor, more popularly known as Mariposa, Konsehal Rovielyn Cabigquez. Good morning, Consi Rovielyn.
Good morning, Attorney Karen. Good morning to everybody, sa ating mga viewers. Good morning po sa lahat sa inyo, and of course, especially to our beloved Meycauaños.
Well, for us to get to know you better, we'll start off with something light. So we'll be showing photos in our LED, and they all have something to do with you. So give us a brief description of what comes to your mind. So we'll start with the first picture. So this is in Meycauayan City proper. Galing ka doon sa simpleng pamilya?
Yes, Attorney. Talagang, actually, hindi lang talagang simpleng pamilya. Talaga, as in, galing kami sa squatters area, depressed area.
Yung father mo daw was a jeepney driver.
Yes.
And your mom was a movie checker?
Yes, checker. Kaya, from bata pa lang, talagang namulat na ako sa showbiz. Pelikula.
Dahil dun sa mami mo, sumasama ka sa trabaho niya?
Sumasama ako sa trabaho niya. Nakakakita ako ng mga artista.
Eh, anong favorite mong memories growing up in Meycauayan?
Ako, bilang batang 90s, yung naglalaro ka sa kalsada, nagbabasketball ako, nagbe-baseball, lahat ng nagcha-Chinese garter, nagcha-jackstone, yung talagang simpleng bata, yung talagang naranasan namin yung larong kalye. Yun yung nakakamiss, yun yung wala na ngayon.
Pero ang puti-puti mo, so nung time ba na yun, talagang kahit na nagbibilad ka sa araw, hindi ka nagtatan?
Actually, that's my gift. Parang kahit na bilad kami sa araw,
ganyan pa rin kakinis.
Pa rin,
glowing.
Mamumula, tapos babalik. Kaya, swerte.
And yung tatay mo daw ay umalis nung 14 years old ka?
Actually, 14 ba? Actually, earlier pa, before 14, naghiwalay na. Actually, i-correct ko lang na elementary pa lang kami is naghiwalay na sila. But nagkikita-kita pa rin during those years. Pero siguro before 14 talagang wala na.
So mami mo na lang ang nakakasama mo?
Yes, Attorney.
Okay, let's look at the next picture. So nung sumali ka sa mga contest ng, according to our research, sumali ka sa Miss Calendar Girl sa MTV at Britney Spears Dance Challenge sa GMA. Paano ka naman napasok sa pagsasayaw?
Pwede kong i-elaborate ko lang ng konti. Kasi, siyempre, mahirap lang kami. At the same time, hindi kayang magpaaral ng mother ko, bilang solo parent. And then, kailangan kong gumaling sa pag-aaral, and then, kailangan maging scholar ako hanggang sa naging college. Kaya lang, that time is short kami sa money. Kaya lang may miscellaneous ka, sumali ako. Sumali ako sa Calendar Girl, which is Masayang Tanghali Bayan. And then, which is the ABS-CBN. Pwede ka naman i-mention.
Of course.
Attorney, ABS-CBN. Then, dun ako nakita. But prior to that, Sa GMA ako unang nakita, it's because sumali ako ng Britney Spears.
So doon ka
Which is
na-discover.
14 years old.
Wow, ang
ako.
bata. Ba't nag-aral ka din? Kasi I think we heard that nag-salutatorian ka ba? Or
Yes, sabi ko nga sa'yo, attorney, kailangan ko
Nung
talaga
grade school.
mag-aral ako. Dahil hindi ako pagbutihan ko yung pag-aaral ko because kailangan ko maging honor student and maging scholar para wala akong babayaran. At hindi mahihirapan ng nanay ko sa akin.
nakakatuwa naman, nakapagpasok ka, natapos mo ang high school.
Yeah. And then hanggang yung college, undergraduate na actually, nag-take ako ng course ng political science, which is that time is na-upgrade siya AB Legal Management.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
talagang
so
dati
UIREC.
pa ba interesado ka na sa politics?
Yes, bata pa lang ako, nakikita ko na lahat ng galawan sa barangay namin. Pwede ko ba sabihin yung mga nagliliparang vote buying, mga ganyan.
So nakita mo na dati
Nakita
pa
ko
yun,
na talaga.
yung mga gusto mong baguhin
Yeah.
sa sistema.
Yes.
And speaking of yung mga, sabi mo, naghahanap ka lagi ng paraan para kumita. Tignan natin yung next picture.
Ano, kinakabahan ako?
Kung ano yung mga naanungkat nila. Well, these are ad campaigns. So, merong Vaseline. I think may Rexona pa. So, paano ka naman naging commercial model?
Alam niyo po, ang galing ng researcher niyo. Kudos po sa researcher. During Wowowin days na yan sa ABS-CBN, siyempre sumisikat na kami bilang front liner ni Kuya Will. So kinukuha na kami ng mga sponsors. So ginagawa kaming model, ayan. Kita pa yung kilikili.
But hindi ka na nagstay sa pagiging Wowowin girl? And ano yung reason mo kung bakit kang umalis?
Actually, hindi naman totally umalis. Kung ba parang career move na rin. Siguro, dadating talaga sa time na kahit pa siya, mapapagod ka rin din talaga ng
Well,
everyday.
let's look at the next picture kasi ito yung mga kasama mo nun sa Wowowin.
Na-excite ako.
So, si Milagring at Luningning.
Ay, ako, hello mga bebe ko.
Bakit naman yung mga pangalan ninyo, Mariposa, Milagring at Luningning?
Actually, si Luningning and Milagring, ang nagpangalan sa kanilang dalawa is si Direk Bobot Mortis. And then, ako talaga, si Kuya Willie Revillame. Yung name na Mariposa, si Kuya Willie Revillame.
Bakit nga Mariposa?
Oh, iloti ng konti. Nakita niya na, Kuya Will, sabihin ko ba? Hindi, funny side talaga. Totoo talaga to. Parang nakita niya lang somewhere in Marikina, yung Mariposa Motel. And then, parang nag-ano lang sa kanya, daanan niya lang. And then, kinabukasan nun, which is Pera o Bayong. So, nagkasakit si Luningning. At nagkasakit si Luningning, at the same time, ako yung pumalit. So, biglang on the spot, hindi, maganda lang, parang lumilipad. Kasi ako yung nagpauso ng one leg. And then, yung jump split na, nag-jojote na jump split. Ako nagpauso niya.
Parang acrobat, na ikaw ginagawa mo yon.
And with wearing heels, ha?
Oh my
na
goodness.
bam. Kaya tinawag niya ako Mariposa, si lumilipad. Yes.
Okay. At tignan natin yung next picture. Ito naman, laundry shop. So, nagtayo ka ba ng Wow and Wash Laundry Shop?
Yes, attorney.
So, kayong tatlo rin? Nila Luningning
Yes.
and
Bea.
Milagring.
Kaya siya naging Bea. Si Milagring, wala siya dyan, attorney. So, si Bea, co-dancers din namin ng Wowowin.
kaya iba yung initials.
Kasi
Kaya
si
naging-
Milagring ay nasa US na. Happily married na siya.
Okay, kaya naging Bea, Milagring, and Luningning na
Luningning.
to. Mariposa and Luningning.
Yes.
So, kamusta? Kumita ba to?
Actually, that time, no. No, kasi pandemic.
Nung pandemic lang to.
Yes, before
Very
pandemic
recent.
and then inatake agad tayo ng COVID-19, pandemya. Kaya talagang for how many, 2 years na wala talaga siyang kita. So ngayon, after mabalik ulit tayo sa normal, yun, na may stud. Kasi ang business po namin is nasa building. ng Moraita. So, yung mga students, so walang pasok, walang puro online, so walang nagpapalaba.
Pero ngayon, ongoing pa to
Yes,
at
ongoing.
kumikita na.
Yes.
Okay.
God's
Very
grace.
interesting. So meron ka pa ring business on the side. Okay, let's look at the next picture. Ayan ang
Current.
nag-start ka na ng political career mo. So bakit ka naman biglang pumasok as a politician sa city council?
During pandemic, calling sa akin ng Panginoon, calling sa akin na I want to serve. I want to serve. Gusto ko nang may kapakinabang sa tao yung blessings ko, yung kaalaman ko, yung kakayanan ko. Gusto ko nang tumulong sa Meycauayenos ko. Talagang naramdaman, bigla na lang, before wala akong attorney, wala akong pakialam sa politika eh. Kasi sa showbiz, kumita ka, sumayaw ka, mag-perform ka sa buong mundo. Yun na yun eh. Happy na kami with passion eh. Kaya lang, may sumapul sa akin during pandemic na I have purpose. And He's calling me to serve.
So you ran as an independent in 2022
Yes,
for the first time.
Yes, and it's very
Paano mo
hard.
ginawa yun? Because anong source ng funding mo? And you're going, of course, against mostly people who already came from council and next term na nila.
Yeah.
Anong ginawa mong kakaiba para manalo?
Ako, attorney, actually, of course, nakaipon, but ang daming friends na tumulong sa akin. Ang daming mga kaibigan natin sa taas na tumulong, and of course, they want to serve people. Lahat ng mag-isa lahat ng own kakayanan ko po, attorney, talagang binuhos ko dahil napakahirap lumaban ng mag-isa. As in, talagang nagpapaayuda tayo, humihingi tayo ng tulong sa ating mga kaibigan sa taas, and then at the same time, feeding program, I have Mariposa Helps on the Way agad that time. I build the Mariposa Helps on the Way, which is the medical assistance, which is social services. But
Grabe, for councilor lang, meron ka ng mga ayudang kinailangan gawin.
Yeah.
Tinulungan ka ba ni Rovielyn?
yes. Kuya, hello. Yes, and I'm sobrang thankful po ako kay Kuya Will.
Oo. Are you going to help him now that he's running for senator?
Of course, 200%.
200%.
Yes.
And hindi mo ba nakita yung difference from the time you were in showbiz and then when you shifted to politics, yung sa social media mo, na siguro sanay ka dati na lagi kang kinocompliment, meron bang mga naging bashers bigla?
Oh, hindi maiwasan, attorney. And at the same time, noon actually, at some point, pag nasa showbiz ka, there's bashing also eh. But in other world, pero dito, doon hindi mo papansinin eh. Kaya lang dito talagang iba pag politika pala talaga. Lahat talaga, pati
Mga below the belt.
Below the belt, yan talaga. Tapos yung mga kasinungalingan, yung talagang sisiraan ka.
And so let's talk about politics. You've had your first term as councilor, but why did you decide to run as mayor? Kasi mas malaking laban na yan and you're running against an incumbent.
I want change, attorney. I want real change. Meycauayenos deserve to have true leader. Yung talagang may malasakit, yung may pagmamahal, yung talagang walang maiiwanan, yung hindi lang iilan-ilan. I want to serve people. Alam kong may magagawa ako. Iba yung eagerness ko, attorney. Iba yung flame na I want to fight. I want to fight for for our Meycauayenos.
Can you give us concrete examples of things that need to be changed? Kung sinasabi mo, I want change, real change in Meycauayan.
Of course, social services, number one, attorney.
But kulang ba sa
Sobra.
Meycauayan?
Sobra. Sa amin, yun yung gusto kong tanggalin, attorney. Yung may pinipili. Yung pag hindi ka binoto, wala kang biyaya. Yung may pula, may puti, wala na. We want change for the better. Pagkakaisa. Yung wala. Yung talagang pagdating dito sa politika, nauuna yung pansarili. Hindi talaga yung sacrifices. kailangan ng Meycauayenos ng kababayan natin, lalo na yung mga mahihirap, ng tulong ng gobyerno. Hindi lang yung bigyan mo lang ng salapi, takpan mo ng ganito, tapos na. No, we want to serve people hanggat sa makakaya natin na matulungan sila sa kahirapan.
In
Pag-aangin.
what way? Like, can you give examples of programs that you're envisioning?
Kulang kami sa medisina, sa libreng gamot, and we don't have public hospital, attorney.
Wala kayong
Until
public
now, we are
hospital
sitting,
sa...
yes, we are
Ano ang
sitting.
pinakamalapit na pinupuntahan pag kailangan magpa-ospital?
Actually, ang malapit na sa amin, Valenzuela, Santa Maria, Malolos. Actually, hindi siya malapit. Pag mahirap ka, wala kang pamasahe. Kaya ang nangyayari dito, pag magulang ka, pag wala kang pera, instead of magpa-check up ka, hindi ka na magpapa-check up kasi pambibili mo na lang ng bigas, pang tutulong sa matrikula ng anak mo. At no prevention, walang check-up. No,
But at that time, when you were in the council, wala bang nagsabi na as all of the councilors should bring this up with the vice mayor and the mayor so that they can initiate a public hospital and other social services?
Gandang tanong, attorney. Actually, for how many years, yan yung big deal sa amin, the public hospital. Marami. But that's the problem.
Marami nagsabi.
Yes po, even us. But the problem is, are they listening? Or the problem, aside from that, is kapag hindi ka kapartido or kaalyansa, hindi ka pinapakinggan. Wala nga akong committee attorney. Hindi ako binigyan ng committee.
Dahil perceived ka as an opposition or kalaban?
Yes, they treated me as kalaban, opposition. Which is, I run as independiente. That's why I don't know, attorney. Pero, of course, we want to fight for that.
Thank you so much. And we'll want to hear more about your platform of governance. So we'll have more of Councilor Rovielyn later. But up next, her running mate, Manny Alarilla, will return and join us at the forefront after a short break. Welcome back at the forefront. And joining us now is the councilor of Meycauayan City seeking the vice mayor position, Konsehal Manny Alarilla. Good morning, Consi Manny.
Good morning, Attorney Karen.
And of course, we want to get to know you. So we'll give you categories
Sure.
and then you give us your top 3 best answers.
All right.
Okay. So first, schools that you attended. Timer starts now.
Okay. I went to Obi Montessori and for elementary and high school, and then right after I flew to England. I was at the Oxford Business College, and I finished business administration. Right after, and then I attended Oxford University. I graduated with my certificate in social and political science. Then I didn't stop. I then transferred to Italy. And so I was at American University of Rome. So I finished my BA in International Relations.
Okay.
And I did my master's at the La Sapienza University, wherein I finished State Management and Humanitarian Affairs.
Ang dami. Bakit ka naman nag-aral ng ganun kadami
Ganun
and sa
karami.
abroad pa?
All right. Well, I was a scholar at Oxford University. And then that really made me push. I really had a dream because both my mom and my dad, they didn't finish college. So they wanted to send the children abroad. So, whatever your parents had, I think, they want the best for you, as with any parent. So, as a kid, I want to make my parents proud. So, I remember during my interview at Oxford University, the first thing that they asked me is, why do you want to, enter university here? And I said, well, I want to make my parents proud and the Philippines proud. So, yeah.
Okay, and languages that you can speak.
Oh.
Timer starts now.
Well, I'm fluent in Italian. I could speak French. Sometimes I could, go around my German. Yeah, but that's about it.
Wow, but
Yeah.
that's a lot and very impressive, a lot of European languages. But hindi yung mga Asian languages like Chinese, for example. That's very useful.
Actually, well, you know, before I really wanted to learn Mandarin, of course I want to learn Japanese. But there
I
wasn't
guess because
any.
you were
it's-
in Europe, you
Yeah, I was in
ended up...
Europe. It was hard, you know. Even for me, like when I came back,
Oo.
I thought I could speak Tagalog, like fluent Filipino.
Sige, can you give us an example of
Italian?
Italian sentence?
Ok, allora io sono molto felice che sono qua perché tu sei mia amica e poi guarda questo bello studio.
Ah, okay. You know, I understand a bit of that because it's similar to Spanish.
Similar,
But okay,
similar.
but ano yung paki-translate na lang na sinabi mo?
Okay, so I'm very glad to be here. And then, you know, to simplify it, your studio is beautiful.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, persons who molded you to become who you are right now.
Well, okay. A big part of my life is definitely my dad.
So your dad and then...
Of course, my mom, but one of the biggest factors is because of my aunt, Lourdes. She's the sister of my dad, who's now living in California, and my grandma, of course. They're
Okay.
very
So
big
family
influences.
are the ones
Yes,
who influence you.
Definitely.
And businesses that you are currently engaged in. Timer starts now.
Currently, well, I am doing trading most of the time, and then sometimes I'm into construction, but predominantly in trading. So that's
Trading, what do you trade?
I do trade. I dealt with Pepsi Philippines before, but until now. So that's my main business right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 3 places or events in Meycauayan that they are known for. Timer starts now.
Oh, okay. Top 3 events. That's kind of
Or
hard.
places
That's
in
kind-
Meycauayan. Para you
like-
can promote
That's
Meycauayan.
kind of hard, huh? Yeah, well, before. Well, I was looking earlier. I think I'm very. The thing that you flashed earlier was the Saint Francis of Assisi Church, which was built like during the 1600s.
Okay, so
Uh,
that's worth visiting.
Yeah, and it's actually very beautiful. Over the years, I appreciated, you know, how it evolved, and the tree, the oldest tree in Meycauayan is actually seated right in front of the church. And when you
Okay.
visit, it's gorgeous.
So, ano pa?
yeah.
Give us 2 more.
Dalawa pa. Well, I'm gonna go with. We have a there's a yearly fiesta. So we have 2 island barangays. It's located in the island of Liputan. So it's basically like it's like the pagoda. So where there's a float and then they parade the patron saint.
Okay,
So
and
that's
the
one of
third
highlights.
one?
The third one would probably be, well, yeah, it's hard.
Wala?
'cause-
Kahit restaurant?
Okay. Well, restaurant. Well, we're known for puto.
Okay,
Like
so
puto
a
Francia,
place
which is
where
in
you can get-
Salersoy.
Okay.
Yeah. So every time we had balikbayan, so you used to take all those the puto in abroad because they really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's related to our next category.
Yeah.
Top 3 food delicacies of Meycauayan, Bulacan. Timer starts now.
Well, of course, I said the puto, and then I remember when I was a kid, I used to bring tamales all the time.
Oh, I love tamales.
yeah.
Parang Mexican
Parang
style.
Mexican style.
So we have that in Bulacan.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I
I'll
have
bring
to
it.
try
I'll bring
that.
some for you sometime. And then and then there's another one. Well, we're famous actually before. I remember when I was a kid, there's a guy called Isagani Rubio, and he would bring crispy pata ulo towards to our house. And before I was like, oh, there's teeth, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
But it's actually very good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll try that.
Yeah.
And then finally, programs that you initiated as city councilor. Timer starts now.
Okay. Well, you know what? To be honest, it was kind of hard for me to actually engage in projects because as city councilors, we were not really allowed
Yeah,
to
you do
the
legislation.
executive
Yes, yeah.
part of it. But thankfully, with Senator Chis Escudero, he gave me a program, the medical assistant for indigent people, wherein I could choose a hospital, and then once it's approved and it's downloaded, I could, give help towards my constituents with the hospital that I downloaded it with. So,
Where's the source of funding for that?
source of funding is actually from DOH, and then Senator Cheese was the one that downloaded it to me, and then so far we've used around 8 million pesos already.
And you're able to help Meycauayan constituents?
Yes, it's a lot of help because we don't have a public hospital.
Okay, since we started talking about politics, what made you run for vice mayor since it's only your first term as councilor?
Right. Well, in 2016, Karen, I was supposed to run as mayor already. But unfortunately, I got sick during the time of my filing. So I had to withdraw my candidacy December of 2015. So, and then now as city councilor, of course, growing up in a political family, I've always seen the hardships of my constituents because not everyone is blessed to have a good life. So now that I'm in council, I've seen that there's a lot of needs, legislations to be passed, of course, because the programs before that we have left, because I was also ABC president during that time, and actually I was even involved in the provincial council because I think that time I was the treasurer of the province for the city councilors. So I wanted more. I wanted my voice to be heard more. So that's one of the main reasons.
And among your parents, no one between your mom and dad will be running for mayor or vice mayor?
No, none. It's my mom. I actually convinced her to run for Congress this time around, but she said no because my mom's 65 already. And she's like, oh, she just wanted a life that she could just enjoy. And my dad passed away, unfortunately, in 2009. Karen.
Okay, so you're the one that's left to carry on
Yes.
the whatever mission you have in politics.
Yes.
What major obstacles did you encounter before as city councilor?
Now,
Yes, now in terms of
Oh.
initiating programs, you said it's been difficult, but again, you do understand that you're limited to legislation as a councilor.
Right.
But what challenges do you have in terms of having your local government implement programs? Because isn't the local government supposed to work together, councilors with
Right.
your mayor and vice mayor?
right. Well, to be honest with you, one of the reasons, this is in line with what you asked me earlier, why I decided to run, is because I do feel that right now, as a city councilor, my voice in particular, I don't know about the others, is being repressed by the current administration. So I just want my voice to be heard because I do believe that as a leader, not just in my position, any leader in general should let their peers fly with wings.
Well, Mariposa and you were, of course, colleagues in the city council.
Right.
Whose idea was it first to run for mayor and vice mayor, and
Okay.
how did you convince each other?
Okay, actually, I never knew that she was running for mayor. I
You
told-
decided on your own to run for vice
Actually,
mayor?
it was so fast, Karen, Attorney Karen. It was I actually even convinced her to let the current administration to finish, but things just happened. It's as I said, I think predominantly our voice got suppressed, and I think as it's our mission for our constituents for them to have a voice, for them to have a choice. So, the time is, as I said, I've always said, if not now, when? The time is now for
So
change.
you decided
Mm-hmm.
on your own, and then you found out that Mariposa was also running for mayor.
Actually, when I found out, I've been hearing rumors that she was running for mayor. So the real deal is that she was actually convinced by our provincial governor to run for city mayor. But and then originally I was being offered a different position. But I guess the governor and Mariposa has a lot of faith in me, and they asked me freely if I wanted to become the city vice mayor, and I said yes. Why not?
Okay, so now we know how you ended up in this position now, running for vice mayor. So after the break, we'll have both Consi Rovielyn and Consi Manny when At the Forefront returns after a short break. Welcome back at the Forefront. And we still have with us councilors of Meycauayan, Rovielyn Cabigquez and Manny Alarilla with us together now. So, I'll be giving you a quiz. As you know, I'm a law professor, so I love giving quizzes.
Oh.
Kaya yung mga knowledge nyo on COA circulars, malalaman natin.
Alam ko,
I'm testing
nakagraduate
Manny's
na.
face. Okay,
All
but
right.
no, this is something light. I'll give you two choices and you write your choice on the paper, okay?
Okay.
So first, singing or dancing?
Both.
Okay. Show your answers. Parang hindi ako nagulat dito. Okay.
Siyempre dance.
Dancing, of course, yung sabi mo kanina. But si Manny,
Singing.
I heard you took voice lessons.
Yes, I did.
Dapat ipasample kita dito ng
I did.
konti. Kaya mo ba magsample ng kahit short ano lang?
Okay. I'll do, bakit ngayon ka lang? Bakit ngayon kung kailan ang aking puso'y meron ng laman?
Sulit yung binayad mo sa voice lessons. Ang galing.
Thank you.
But you don't sing Mariposa.
Same.
You also sing.
Yeah,
Dapat
I love
pala
singing and
pinaduet ko
dancing.
kayo. Oo. O sige, ikaw tuloy mo yung sana'y malaman.
Sana'y nalaman ko na darating ka sa buhay ko. Di sana'y naghintay ako.
Nako, ang galing. Paano yan sa campaign? Pwede kayong mag-duet.
Kami
Okay.
babayaran.
Basketball or tennis?
Ay,
Ang pangit na sulat ko.
Okay.
Ay, sorry.
Sige. It's okay, you can... Okay. Basketball. I had a feeling you'll say that kasi dati ka pa nagba-basketball.
Yes.
And Manny, tennis. You play tennis?
yes, I do.
How often?
Well, before it was like probably 3 to 5 times a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was my exercise when I was thinner.
Thinner. Don't worry. Play again and you will be thin. Okay. NLEX or MacArthur Highway?
Whew.
Okay. MacArthur Highway, NLEX. Oo, bakit naman? Because,
Ako, gusto ko talaga nakikita lahat yung mga dati nang nadadaanan. Mahilig ako sa mga treasures, places.
yung mga, may
Yung mga
heritage,
may heritage,
na place.
yes.
Okay. And NLEX, of course, super fast.
And Lex, because well, actually, when I was a kid, I used to shuttle back and forth towards Meycauayan, towards Green Hills. It was traffic, so that time it wasn't even called NLEX.
Oo.
So, but now, I mean, it's very convenient for me, especially for my work, to shuttle back and forth Manila and
Okay,
Bulacan.
kaya NLEX. Okay. Putong kamoteng kahoy or balisungsung? Actually, I need to try this. I haven't eaten either of these.
Sarap
Okay.
yan.
Mariposa, putong kamoteng kahoy. Wow, we have a consensus. Kailangan ko matry yan. Anywhere in Bulacan, we can buy that. in Meycauayan?
Not all.
There is. I know there's a particular one. Kasi before when you say bukid, it's towards the area ng mga Emma Town Center, yan. But there's a lot of people that does this. And I know people that
Okay, I will ask you, Manny, ha?
Okay.
Okay, Cafe Nenzo or Keat Cafe?
Or,
Keat Cafe. K-E-A-T?
well, I'll do. Okay.
I suppose sa Meycauayan to pareho. Okay, let's see. Cafe, Nenzo, and Cafe. Okay, at least here's a recommendation of where to go in Kawayan.
Kasi dito lang, ito pa lang na-try ko.
Okay. Next, St. Francis of Assisi Church or San Isidro San Roque Parish. Hirap pala. Yan pala may mga
Wait.
places to visit in Meycauayan. Both. And then St. Francis of Assisi.
Dito ako nagbabasketball.
And yan yung matanda na ilang hundreds of years old na rin.
Yeah.
So worth visiting talaga.
Yeah.
And speaking of things to visit also in Meycauayan, Kawayan Festival or Liputan Festival. Liputan Festival. Parehong liputan. Why? What's the...
Kailangan
Oo,
mong
anong
mamangka.
focus
You
ng
need to ride a
liputan?
boat, attorney.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like it's like the floating pagoda what they have in Bukawi, and then they put the patron saint there every year.
Every year.
And it's Liputan is really well known because when you want to eat crabs or like talaba or
Shrimp.
shrimps, whatever, like all the seafoods that you could imagine, it's there,
Oo.
and people are so warm.
Month is this so that people can know?
Oh, it really varies. Sometimes it depends on the season. Yeah, it depends
madalas
on
May.
it depends on the storms and things like that.
And it depends in the patron.
Okay. So walang, like, do you know what month normally this falls on?
Normally, it's May.
May.
The
May.
month
Okay.
of May.
At least a tip for people because, we really need to explore Philippines more.
Yeah.
Pagoda tradition or Meycauayan heritage bells?
Pagoda tradition or
Meycauayan heritage bells. Okay. Pareho rin naman. Pagoda tradition.
Pagoda tradition.
And this is in relation to taking a boat then. Okay. Marami palang pwedeng makita sa Meycauayan.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of places to shop in, Emma Town Center or Aliu Shopping Complex?
Ooh, one of my friends. I'd say both.
Okay, sige. Both?
Isa lang
And,
Sorry.
may
Isa lang
cheating
Part
dito.
of the rules,
No,
Oo.
because both are this was
Pero-
set up during the time of my mom. I was the one that actually ribbon cut it.
Kaya lang ito,
Like,
Hindi
Aliyo.
ka makapili.
Dito ko nanonood ng sine nung bata.
Yeah.
Ito yung nagmulat sa
Let's
mata mo
start,
sa
yes.
showbiz
Sa
and yun doon mo
pelikula.
nagustuhan na pumasok sa showbiz.
Yes. At ito mas nauna.
Aliu, okay.
Yan yung 20 pesos pa lang ata yung ang cinema.
17
Wow.
pesos. Tapos may passes.
Oo, okay. And here, more of your advocacy, helping the young or helping the old? Choose one lang, hindi pwedeng both.
Ha?
Oo.
Attorney, ang hirap. Bakit siya?
Isa na nga eh. Worry nga yan.
Tingnan na lang
Ako,
natin.
Okay.
So young
Okay.
and
Ako si
old.
old.
Okay, so okay na rin yung tandem ninyo. Meron both old and young. Okay, so let's talk about your platforms of governance. One of the perennial problems for Meycauayan is also the flooding. So how do you intend to solve that? Now that if you are given a chance to be mayor and vice mayor, you would have executive powers.
You go first?
Okay. Actually, Attorney Karen, of course, drainage system first. But how? Paano? Of course, pag naupo kami, of course, we need to learn. Kailangan namin, ano ba ang naka-plot na bawat lugar sa Meycauayan kasi kailangan din talaga naming aralin. At the same time, mahirap ang flood control talaga.
Based on your coordination with national government agencies, wala bang flood control plan?
Actually, may ginagawa ang ating Gobernador Daniel Fernando, and it's very good for the whole lalawigan of Bulacan, attorney, which is, we called it a water reservoir, which is dredging. Kasi talaga ang nangyayari po, para sa kaalaman din po ng lahat ng mga Bulakenyos, is even lahat po ng tubig, ulan, ay talagang doon talaga unang bumubuo sa kabundukan. And that's why ang ating lalawigan, ang ating provincial governor ay nagplan ng dredging for that, para sumapo sa tubig. And then at the same time, malesen ang pagbaha.
Okay, so you have something in mind in terms of having more effective flood control. And what can you offer your constituents in Meycauayan that you think has not yet been provided by the current administration, Consi Manny?
Right. Well, one of the biggest clamor that I've been hearing from people for the longest time is a hospital in Meycauayan. Actually, this was built during the time of my mom in 2016, and we properly turned over it when my mom's term ended. At the moment, the so-called hospital is only being utilized as a diagnostic center and a dialysis center.
What's the capacity of that hospital in terms of patient beds?
It's actually a tertiary hospital, so it's around 300 beds, Karen,
Okay.
Attorney Karen. Yeah, so it's really what we want to push for. And you know, unfortunately, yesterday I was at a wake, and when that certain family had to bring their mother to a hospital, they had to bring her to Pampanga, so which was so far away. And
paano pag emergency?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're talking about people that doesn't have a lot of means, and you know, there's around 60% to around 70% that are indigent. So
That's large.
Yeah.
So, in terms of poverty rate, unemployment rate, are you aware of the statistics for Meycauayan?
Well, personally, I'm not really sure what it is right now.
Yeah.
But all I know is that every Tuesdays, during our People's Day, there's a lot of people that would go to our offices and ask for help when it comes to medical, burial, scholarship
Financial
programs,
assistance,
even
financial
whatever that's needed,
All.
literally everything. So we want to change this, because people doesn't need to beg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the point that Mariposa made earlier, that you want to increase the social services. But
Yes,
then
attorney.
you also said that you don't want this to be an ayuda culture. So how do you reconcile the two? Anong concrete program can you think of that would provide the means for your constituents without having this dependency culture?
Of course, livelihood program. Marami yan, attorney. We have infras, yes. We had infras, but the infras for how many years na stagnant na. Hindi siya nag-progress. Nag-build sila ng city hall, new city hall, but they said for encouraging investors, but it didn't work. It didn't work because of the flood, because of the traffic, and then so we cannot attract investors.
Locators there, yeah.
Yeah, so we need, at first, ibabalik uli natin sa unang problema. That's why we don't have additional livelihood program for our kababayan. Because of that problem na until now hindi masolusyonan.
So ayusin nyo yung infrastructure and flooding problem, and then livelihood.
Yes, livelihood. So to pacify the indigent people.
Well, Mariposa, you were able to show us, like by example, that nakapag-aral ka and nakapaghanap buhay ka even if your parents, as you said, galing nga kayo sa squatters area. So perhaps those are things that you can impart also to your constituents.
At
Kung
ramdam ko
paano
talaga.
gagawin yun.
Yes, at ramdam ko talaga.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Rovielyn and Manny.
Thank
It was
you,
really a
Atty.
pleasure to
Karen.
have you
Thank
here.
you. Thank
And
you.
good luck with the 2025 elections.
Thank you, Atty.
Thank you so
Karen.
much. Thank you.
Although they are going up against well-entrenched politicians, councilors Rovielyn Cabigquez and Manny Alarilla are unfazed in the run for the top 2 local positions in Meycauayan City. Both believe that their passion and commitment for public service give them an edge, and it's up to the people of Meycauayan to choose who will serve them. Be timely informed, be insightful of the news. Always stay at the forefront. Join us again tomorrow for meaningful conversations that would help you form an objective personal opinion. And before we go, here's a book that is worth reading. Politikos 365's book entitled The Charter Change Timeline From Hopes to Hiccups. It's now available at all National Bookstore and Fully Booked branches, as well as in airport stations. So grab your copy now. This is Attorney Karen Jimeno. Thank you for spending your hour with us.